Yo, I've been talking for 5 minutes and I just realized that I didn't go live. My apologies, my bad. But what's up, what's up, everybody? Let's go ahead and play the intro and allow more people to come in the room. I'm sorry, y'all. I swear I thought I was live. And then when I hit the button, I guess it didn't go through. This only happens to me, huh? I swear, only happens to me. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? What's up, Pure T? What's up, Beautiful? What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Winnie? What's up, Teresa? Who else we got here? Hello, everybody. Come in the room. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. What's up, son? How you doing? What's up, Shanda? How you doing? Shonda. What's up, Deneen? What's up, V? Hello. All right. So, for those of you who don't know, last week I did a video. I think it was last week. I did a video where Funky Dineva had said that he wanted to get the band back together. He wanted to get Claudia now back together, say they need to put egos aside, work on the ish, and get it together, right? He missed doing the whole Fox Soul thing. Well, it didn't get the reaction that I thought it would. I thought more people would be excited about it. No, there's a lot of people all like, nah, we don't want it. Keep that shit at home. Like, nah, once it's done, it's done. A lot of y'all were like, no. I mean, I would say it was about a good 40% yes, 60% no. It wasn't totally like I hated it, but I'm surprised that more people didn't like it as I thought they would. I thought, I've been hearing a lot that people go like, oh, well, we love that kind of panel show. We would love to have another one like that. But I feel like y'all are fickle too. Y'all don't know what y'all really want. And I feel like if they did come back, y'all wouldn't appreciate it. Y'all be like, oh, why they bring this whack shit back? You know how fickle y'all are. Like, let's not pretend like y'all not, right? So with that being said, I don't know if it would have the same effect or the same impact. And especially what was weird about the situation is that Funky did this public plea like, oh yeah, hit my manager up, blah, 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 if y'all want to get back together. Here's the problem with that. Funky, you have a phone number, email, and whatnot. Why don't you reach out to them and see if they want to do the show? We should have never known that y'all was trying to get a show back to, you were trying to get a show back on the air with them. You should have at least had talked to them about it. And I know it was probably like a spur of the moment thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I would love to get the band back together, blah, blah, blah. But you definitely should have talked to them directly and not just put a message out for the public and say, oh yeah, hit my manager up. She can get us a show. Well, nobody's going to be running to do a show and nothing is laid out for them. Like, you haven't even approached them with it. You haven't even told them about it. They found out because they either watched your video or they watched my video. Shout out to Tasha K. She was aware of the situation because she watched my video. She gave her commentary. Make sure you guys check out her video. But essentially, I'm not against the idea, just the way that, oh yeah, let's just go ahead and get back together, and you didn't have a conversation with them. And from what I understand, and this was of this weekend, no one has talked about getting the show back together. Claudia and Al are aware of the situation, but nobody has talked to them about seriously coming to the table with the actual proposal of what they're going to do. No one has. So again, that just seemed like it was an idea thrown out there, like, oh yeah, let me just throw it out there and see if this works. And it didn't. I think with Al probably feels like, okay, well, I got other jobs other than TV, so I'm not really tripping about it. Claudia, she be on everybody's show. She has her own show. She's probably like, yeah, I don't really need it because I can do side projects and I can do this and that. I don't really need to worry about doing a weekly show or once a week. Like, they're probably like, yeah, we'll pass on that. Now, I would see if they're just kind of waiting around for opportunities to come, but they've already been making opportunities where when you have Funky Dineva, and this ain't to sound shitty because again, he's a bigger YouTuber than me, and I'm not saying that he's broke or don't make money, but he's kind of just on YouTube, just like me. So it's like he's waiting around for a deal. He's waiting around for things to happen compared to Claudia and Al. They're out there working. And I'm not going to say Funky Dineva isn't working because, yeah, Funky Dineva did do the whole cruise thing. You know, getting people to go on a trip, that's a major thing. That's a big deal. Like being able to get people to go on a cruise and book and all that stuff. Yeah, that takes a little willpower and stuff because you have to have the audience who has the money to be able to do that, right? But essentially, he's not like, okay, I have a movie deal, I have a TV deal. Like, there's no deals on the table for him. He's just waiting for something to happen. No matter what you guys say about Claudia and Al, they tend to get jobs. Whether they're doing free jobs or not, I don't know. But they tend to get jobs. They tend to work. And they tend to have other things going on. Where with Funky, it seemed like he just waiting around. So he threw that out there and hoping that somebody bite. Essentially. There is one thing that I want to clear up because I did reach out to Claudia and well, I'll tell you a couple of things. One thing she wanted to make clear is that she has not spoken to Al. She said she has not had a conversation with him since the breakup of Fox Soul. So I want to apologize for that. I was given some misinformation. Until I'm shown differently, then I'll just dead that in the water right now. But she said she has not talked to Al. And that's the only thing that she wanted to clarify. Other than that, she didn't want to clarify nothing else. So I take that as a hint. Yeah, I ain't trying to go back to that shit. Did it once, not trying to do it again. Yeah, pretty much. And I have not spoken to Al. As you guys know, I know a few people that know Al, and it wasn't necessarily no, he would never do it again. It was more like, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. That lets you know, like, yeah, what, all right, whatever. More so. So, yeah, it don't look like they willing to, hell, maybe you should ask Armon. Actually, now, later on, it will be a bad thing because both the egos will get in the way and eventually they'll be fighting each other, right? But I think essentially him and Armon do like a 1 day a week show. I think that would honestly be a better thing. Or maybe they just do one show together. One show together and see how it works out. I think one show would be good. Yeah, just do one show, see how y'all like it, and then after that, do another one, and then another one, and then maybe it can be a weekly thing. But as far as Claudia and Al, I think that ship has sailed. Yeah. Let me ask you guys. Let's do a 30-second countdown real quick. Do you want Tea-GIF to come back? Yes or no? 30 seconds. only 2 yeses. That's like Kaya and Madison. Yeah, eh, that's not coming back either. So yeah, the TGIF, which I said it probably can't be called TGIF, right? It would have to be called something different because they probably don't even own the trademark. But enough with the toxicity. I, I guess that's a no. Yeah, not with Claudia or Al. Oh, and Miss Barbara, what I didn't think about, like I said, what if he did a show with Armand? Maybe he could find somebody else to, get 2 new people. And since you want to be the star, get you 2 nobodies. But at least you have 2 other people with a difference of opinion. Maybe you don't need to do it with Claudia now. And I think Claudia now, even though Fox Soul was on YouTube, I don't think they would be comfortable with doing a YouTube show with another YouTuber. Because you got to remember, it's still that Hollywood mentality where these are influencers or these are just people on the internet. Once you start out on YouTube, you will always be a little YouTuber. Now, some people are able to break out of that. Like, let's not pretend. Perfect example is Issa Rae. Issa Rae started out on YouTube, but her talent superseded her. So she was able to, get Insecure, Rap Girl, all that. She was able to get shows. So with that being said, yeah, we don't look at Issa Rae as a YouTuber, but essentially she was a YouTuber. But we're looking at people and yeah, they look like yeah, they might be the kind of people be like, yeah, they're YouTubers. I don't want to I don't want to go that route. Even though and I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, Carlos King is on YouTube and Claudia does his show. Carlos is still a producer at the end of the day. He's a producer who happens to have a YouTube show, but essentially he's not considered a YouTuber. Just like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith still got his show, but what is he known for? ESPN. No, Shannon Sharp. We're gonna talk about Shannon Sharp in the next show, so I'm gonna save that. But y'all get the nuance, right? Y'all get what I'm talking about? Oh, Pure Tea. No, I haven't gone on vacation yet. It Thursday. I leave Thursday night. I consider Carlos a YouTuber. Okay. Al Bourne and Long. Claudia was too sensitive. Funky is reckless and a liability. Okay. What's up, Demetria? How you doing? I hope everything's going well, Demetria. Didn't that rapper Dolce she has a YouTube channel and she used to post on there, but she always considered herself an artist. She wasn't like a celebrity gossiper or a prank channel or anything like that. She was always doing music and stuff. So no, I wouldn't consider Dolce a YouTuber. She just happened to have a YouTube channel. But it wasn't like she was like viral on her YouTube, like because look, everybody's pulling up old clips of Dolce now trying to bash her. Just trying to catch up to some of your comments. Oh, thank you, Pierre. Don't be giving me compliments. You about to turn me purple. Yes, this is live. Yes, definitely hearts to Demetria. Claudia is desperate, so I can see her making up with Funky. Dang. Y'all still be going in on Claudia, huh? What's up, Sarnique? Yes, this is live, Miss Barbara. Okay. But for the most part, I do feel that, yeah, maybe Funky could do a panel show again. I don't think that's totally out the window. But Claudia and Al doing the whole foxhole, yeah, it's a fever dream at this point. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. I don't feel like at this point, let's not pick it up again. If anything, it'd be fun to do like maybe a one off, like y'all get back together on the anniversary and y'all do a show like that. And then when you do a show like on the anniversary, I feel like you're kind of dipping your toe back in. And then if the crowd is all like, yeah, we like it, then I totally understand it and I get it. But if you ain't changed yourself, you can't change. Yeah, there's no point in doing that. Just like there's some friendships on here on this platform, I would never revisit. Mm-mm. Once it's in the past, it's in the past. I'm not going back and revisiting it again. Mm-mm. I think sometimes we try to hold on to that nostalgia and that old, and we want that old thing back. You know, as they say, that old thing back, but sometimes you don't need it back. Leave it where it is. Leave it buried underground. Do not do not bring that shit back up. Do not resurrect it. Leave it alone. Claudia can be too desperate. She hasn't yet accepted. Right, right. That's true. It was a good show. Can't blame him. And no, I don't blame him for bringing it up. But I think again, one, the adult thing would have been reaching out to them first, seeing if they was down for it. Two, coming up with some kind of plan for it. And three, not just saying because you getting dick, now you in your feelings and you want to, you know, just the way that it was laid out on the table was kind of like, nah, we'll pass. But I don't know. Some people aren't down for it. Some people are like, hey, I would still like for it to happen. So, you know, whatever the people want is what the people gonna get. And at the end of the day, it's not really up to me or you. It's up to them if they willing to put their stuff aside and get back together, right? We'll see what happens. Uh, Funky is the egomaniac. Okay, so you think his ego would get in the way? Mm. Funky will leave them again. And you know what the funny part is? Is that remember originally he said it was over the money, but then he said that he really left because Al and Claudia were getting into it. Storm Monroe, Armon Wiggins, Nene. Oh, like them do a show together that doesn't involve Funky? Okay. Dustin, Funky, and Claudia, or Funky, Carlos, and Claudia. Here's the thing, Cheryl. I don't think Carlos would do a show. Oh, this is gonna be controversial, but hey, that's what y'all pay me for, right? Um, I don't think Carlos would do a show with Funky like that, just because I'm not going to let somebody with a bigger personality outshine me. I feel like Carlos would be like, nah. Like him doing an interview with Funky Dineva is one thing. But if you do like a weekly show, Carlos is gonna want to do that. Carlos gonna be like, hell nah. Because essentially he would well, he would not, I don't want to say upstage him. Okay. You know when you have a large personality and you can overpower someone, it's going to cause some friction. And as I understand, they're friends in real life. So maybe doing that, nah. Carlos feels funky. Thank you. You know what, Joe Blow? I just needed to say it like that. Carlos sees him. You okay? So you know how Funky Dineva sees Oliver Twix as, yeah, that friend over there, that's the same way Carlos sees him. So Carlos is the big dog. Then you have Funky Dineva. Then you have Oliver Twix. So Carlos is like, yeah, I like Funky, but we ain't gonna we ain't cool like that. You beneath me, just like the way Funky thinks Oliver is beneath. Like it's how people think, and I could be wrong, but we all think that, right? You can't do a panel show with everybody. You can't. You got to have the right vibe. Now that TGIF is off the field, Funky has no one to play off of. I feel he's losing his grip. Ooh, relevancy. Ooh, some people have echoed that. You're not the only one, Ronnie. I see that. Well, I want AT2. Now the baby, the check would have to be big. Let me just say that the check would have to be big. Um, and I'm not talking no AdSense. It would have to be like a real check tied to that. But um, for little AdSense, yeah, nah, I can't work with those people. I'm just gonna pretend like they don't exist, like I've been doing, right? Oliver and Funky have a really relationship. Yeah, just like Carlos and Funky have a real relationship, but that doesn't mean that you don't think that somebody is under you. This is just me being honest. Listen, I've worked with some YouTubers before that I thought, oh, these people are my friends, but really they see me as, oh, you're lesser than us. You're not an equal, or you're not my peer. I see you as under me. It's a hard reality, trust me, because when you think people are your actual friend, you go like, "Oh, well, no, they actually care about me." Nah, no. They don't see you as their peer. They see you as less than. I promise you. Oh, you said Oliver is better behind the camera. I can see that. They see Funky as a lick. Damn. I don't see Carlos and Funky going on vacation. Oliver and Funky really hang together. So you think with Funky and Carlos is more like industry friends? Well, that even more proves my point. Like, yeah, Carlos ain't trying to have Funky do no show with him because why he asked Claudia to do the Real Housewives and not Funky Dineva to do the Real Housewives? Yo, I just thought about that on the top of my head. I didn't even realize that, y'all. Claudia and Dustin are doing it. Why didn't he ask Funky, who's been doing the? Now Claudia was on the show, so it does make sense. But dang, you didn't ask. Yes, and please hit that like button. You didn't ask Funky Dineva to do the show with you. Listen, y'all. I get on here and talk my shit, but sometimes my shit be real. And some of the things I be seeing. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. Now I ain't trying to start no shit, but what I'm telling y'all is why is Claudia doing the show with Carlos and not Funky doing the show with Carlos? I'm just asking the question. I'm not starting shit. I'm just asking the question, y'all. Because he's still messy. Funky spoke on Carlos coming into the YouTube space. Funky views have went far less, specifically when it comes to Black women. Oh, especially, not specifically, especially when it comes to Black women. Right, they are industry friends. Funky calls Oliver his daughter. It's a different relationship. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of y'all agree, like Carlos and Funky, that's a work relationship. That's not actual friends. Or I don't want to say they're the. It's an industry thing, as you call it. You mean far right? Oh, I forgot what I just said, son. I'm sorry. Oh, because he jumped ship. So you know what? You got a point. He was the one to jump ship, huh? Hmm. Black women let him get away with the disrespect. And again, you guys don't have to have the same opinions as me. Y'all can have different opinions. That's why I like this show because you guys are allowed to say, what's on your mind, and I appreciate that. Okay, the comments kind of slow down. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there, you guys. As you guys know, in 30 minutes we have another show coming up. We're gonna talk about Shannon Sharp and what's going on with. They done found that he done choked two more white women, y'all. And I don't mean to laugh, but Shannon. And did y'all see that video of him doing the electric slide? When I seen that video, I was like, it explains everything. But again, for replay crew, let me know what you guys think about the whole Fox Soul, TGIF. Are you happy that it's gone, or do you want it to come back, or that ship has sailed for you? But let me know. I love y'all. Deuces, everybody. But we out.